Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Right, so why have we not got you then? You are not muted.
Good evening, race fans. And welcome to the Racetech V8ESC rounds 3 and 4 from Oran Park. Now, hopefully we can get the sound of iRacing to come through on the broadcast as well. Oh, we have. Right, that's excellent. Right, we're there, Clyde. Let me mute the broadcast because that's just confusing. So, yeah, welcome again to the Racetech. Go and see what that's all about, Racetech, on Google, because they have sponsored this league now for quite a long time, and we bow before them. This is the V8ESC rounds 3 and 4 Supercar Series. These are V8s, absolute monsters from Oran Park Raceway, which sadly you might want to remove a tear from under your eye, no longer exists. We have quite a large field of V8s tonight, which is fantastic. Absolutely healthy field. And we are going to be around one of the smallest tracks that we will ever visit with these cars, because Oran Park's a bit of a teacup, to be honest. In the booth with me is Clyde Whiting, doing all the cameras and technical stuff tonight. Good evening, Clyde.
Yeah, good evening, Pete. Good evening, everybody. Apologies for our little sound issue right at the start, but we should be up and running now. Looking forward to this. That we all know that the V8 is a beast, and we all know that Oran Park is a very busy track. So, yeah, looks like it's going to be fun, Pete.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastically exciting race. That people love coming to this track. It's sadly no longer with us. It got buried a few years ago. They're now driving through people's lounges and gardens and things like that. So hopefully people won't be too upset when a V8 goes screaming through their lounge in front of their TV. But yes, we have quite a few cars in the field, and it's not a big track. So we've got 28 cars, a few new drivers, which I'll attempt the names of soon, a few new returning drivers for this season. Just let me set my stream away and set me on to slave, and then I'll be able to see everything that Clyde is seeing, because that makes sense. There we go. Yeah, this is a very tight track. It's very, very popular, or it always has been on iRacing for V8s. It's one of their iconic go-to tracks in all of their series. It seems to feature every year and every season, and everybody gets very addicted to it. The attraction sometimes is lost on me, but once I get into a rhythm around this track, it's utterly addictive. What about you, Clyde? Do you like this track or not?
I've got exactly. I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's one of those that, if I race in a series, I look at Oran Park on the schedule and absolutely dread it. And then once I've done half a dozen laps, I'm like, I remember this track now. It's good fun. So yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, and if we stay on board with Chris, he's taken into turn 1 here, this little kink. And then he's into turn 2. All the names seem to change at Oran Park, depending on which lap you look at. The next one never changes. This is Shell Corner. We'll see a lot of incidents here. People getting a tyre off on the left on the entry will mean that they spin at that point. And the same for this corner here. This is Champion, obviously named by somebody from Yorkshire. And then we've got Dunlop Bridge here. And you want to get on the inside curb there if you can. Not too much with these cars because they do destabilise. This is Foster's Dip we're heading through now. And then we go to Mormo, I think this is called. I can't remember really. Should get a track mark up. And then we head down into Dogleg somewhere further down here. And that's all of your lap really, because this is the last turn. And if you spin off to the left, you are history. They'll see you in about 3 weeks. And if you go too far to the right, you hit the wall. And this is the pit entry. And it is tiny and tight, isn't it, Clyde?
It's horrendous.
It's
There's no
awful.
two ways about it, is there? It's like I don't know, like a pedestrian access gap through the wall. It's not really a pit entry. But just on board there with Chris, you can see that you don't get a rest around this track. It's you go into a right hand turn thinking, I'll get round this, but it immediately changes to a left, and it's I'd say it is a lot of fun, most definitely.
And on a track this small, with these cars, with these numbers, do you think more than 50% or less than 50% after lap one?
Well,
they are really good drivers, though, it has to be said.
It is one of those tracks where, it can go horribly wrong in a hurry. However, on some of the areas where we tend to see people go off, there is a bit of runoff if you can get it stopped on the icy grass. I've actually killed myself on Dunlop Bridge on numerous occasions.
As have I. Yeah.
And the last turn is another killer for me, because I just always carry either too much speed in or hit the loud pedal too soon on the way out, and it is very, very slippery.
Yeah, and these guys are highly competent with these vehicles. I mean, they are a monster. There's no posh gadgets in these things. These are just raw racing machines, and for that reason, people love them, and all of these guys are fantastic with them. Let's talk about last time out. So, Hockenheim was our previous destination for rounds 1 and 2. I'll go through the top 5 for each of those, just to put you in perspective of where we're at. So, Chris Jackson won the sprint race, with Jamie McKnight in 2nd, Greg Carr in 3rd, and Tony Klusterman in 4th, with Richard Alsop 5th. And then for the feature race, which is going to be the same tonight, folks. So we're going to have a 30-minute sprint race and an hour feature race, an hour of Oran Park. Oof. So in the feature race last time out, Chris Jackson again took the victory. He was light years ahead. Richard Alsop got 2nd. Greg Carr was 3rd. Jamie Wilson ended up 4th. And Tyler Newitt, whoever he is, ended up 5th. Where did Tony end up in that one? Oh, he was back in 9th. Usually Tony's up with the pointy end, and I suppose top 10 is fantastic in these cars, isn't it? But we've got a few new names tonight. Was Pavel here last time, Clyde? He wasn't, was he? Pavel Glenovsky.
I think he was signed up but didn't race.
Yeah, but Jarek Sebula was in, wasn't it, Mr. Onion?
Yes,
he was
Mr.
in,
Onion was here.
Robert Woodhouse, was he racing last time? Yes, he was. He finished quite
Bob.
high up, actually.
Yes.
Oh, that's Bob, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Mike Frost. Welcome back, Mike Frost, for Don't Bug Me Racing. He's got a decent time, actually. Don't know who he's got that from. Rafa...
I don't know who's driving for him.
Yeah. Rafael Drajajic. Stop it, because I think that's a good pronunciation.
If anybody can help us out with the pronunciation of that surname, then please do.
That's good. I put it in Google and I couldn't understand what they were saying at me when I pressed the repeat button.
You sounded drunk when you said that.
I have a glass of wine. I am not drunk.
It's like, on the way home when you stop at a kebab van and you go, and the guy knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, because the 300 people before you said the same thing. And then we've got Athanasios Politis. I strolled through that one. I've been practicing it for 2 weeks.
That was good.
Yeah. He's not actually set a lap.
That was good.
Yeah. He's not set a lap, and nor is Ben Cullen. I don't know what Ben Cullen's strategy is.
Ben normally doesn't, does he?
No, that's what I mean. I don't understand his strategy.
One driver you did miss there that I'd like to give a shout out to is
Oh,
Rafał
sorry.
Kucharczyk.
Yeah, welcome back, mate.
And there he is.
That's a nice paint job. I was looking at this one before.
Yeah, it's a GTL VRT paint job.
Very nice, actually. They've done a good job with that. Right, standings. Racetech Cup standings. Obviously, Chris Jackson strolling away with 461 points. Greg Carr in second with 413. Richard Alsop in third with 398. Jamie McKnight in fourth for 386. And Jamie Wilson in fifth with 384.
Yeah,
So
we've got no Jamie McKnight with us tonight.
Oh, that's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yes.
Is he too busy selling cars or what?
Could be.
Yeah. Does he still do that? He does, doesn't
he does, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Shout out to Mandy on the chat. She's saying hi to her favourite commentator, which is me, Pete, not you.
Mandy, we need to have words. I am more intelligent, better looking, and probably richer than Clyde.
And let's get Mandy's other half on the screen there.
There he is. And he's travelling in the right direction, Clyde.
Yeah, for now.
Where's Christopher?
Oh, yeah, he's not travelling in the right direction now.
No, yes.
That didn't end up very well, did it?
No, he's helping the local farmer.
And apparently Ben isn't setting a lap in qualifying because his strategy is finish my mac and cheese and then survive when the race starts.
Okay. I also had mac and cheese tonight. It was very nice. Where is Christopher?
I don't
Hoffman?
know. He's definitely not here.
No, he's not. I was just going through the standings and seeing if he was in. So we are 18 and a half minutes into a qualifying session. I shall run through the top 5 of these guys. Chris Jackson, well, Mary. It's really Mary, isn't it?
Yes.
For NQR 18 is
Car 11.
Car 11, yeah. He's currently your provisional pole driver. Richard Alsop is currently second provisionally again with the Damar paint scheme there. They sponsor another of our leagues, which is good. Then we've got Tony Kloosterman for NQR B team coming out of the pits. He's a regular feature at the top end of the field. Then in fourth, we won't find him on track, is Greg Carr for NQRB, Tony's teammate, sat in the pits there. Thinks he's done enough, clearly, getting a coffee. And then Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green, on track and in 5th place provisionally at the moment. Right behind him and chasing his shirt tails is Yarek Onion, Yarek Sebula, who's put in actually a really good time. He's only 7 hundredths slower than Tyler.
Yeah,
so that is
fair,
an
he is a
excellent
quick
time.
driver.
He is, yeah. His teammate, Pavel Glanovsky, I think it's Glanovsky, is in 7th right behind him. So that's going to be a strong team this season, I think. If they're going to qualify and hopefully finish in such strong positions, you can get to the top as a team very easily, can't you, Clyde?
You can, because there's a lot of points to pick up, isn't there, with 2 drivers.
Yeah, loads.
And big points at the top of the field, so, yeah.
And then Bob Woodhouse in 8th place at the minute. I said I'd go to 5, but it's too addictive. So this is Concord Racing. Love that paint scheme. It was good last time. It's good this time as well. And then Miro Hrazki, who is in the pits, thinks he's done enough, or he's done as best as he can do for PCS. And then 10th is Kenzie Newolf for Team Down Under. That was my best Australian. You just sounded like you were from somewhere in East Asia.
I was just stretching my mouth.
Oh, were you? Right,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
That was
That's
a
all right,
yawn. I wasn't saying anything.
Apparently, Andrew Hoffman is far richer. Do you believe that, even for a minute?
He's a lorry driver. No.
No. And she called me by my Sunday name, so that's not going to work, is it?
Only his mum calls him Peter.
It's true. It really is. Shocking. So, only 9 minutes left of this. Any predictions for the race, Clyde, other than potential for a Wreckfest? Stephen Phillips on screen at the minute, so that's good. I like his paint job.
Car 11 is obviously top of the pile and won both races last time out. However, he's being a bit of a girl and he's really ill and all the rest of it. So I suspect that if Car 11 wins, the illness will go away. If Car 11 spins, the illness will come back again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll second that. Whoa, Steve. Keep it on the track, mate. Yes, I think Richard Alsop's got a good chance here, so that's him crashing on lap 1.
Now, just put Marco Lewert on the screen there, just to ruin everybody's eyeballs for him.
Yeah. I actually like the VTS.
I like the scheme, but it hurts my eyes.
Yeah. I just think it's brilliant.
It's very clever.
Have we got any other VTS drivers? We haven't, have we?
No, it should be Marcus Blitz.
Right, okay. There's Demis Tigliar.
Yeah, just showing a few of the cars that we don't normally get to see much of.
Yep, sideways for Stefan Deck. Who's he race with? Herzog Motorsports. We've had Herzog in before, haven't we?
We have, yes.
Yep. Nikolai Bogotyrev, teammate to Mike Frost. He's driven that paint scheme for a very long time, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Richard Alsop is still banging in the laps. Let's just go on board with Richard on this lap. See if he can get anywhere near car 11.
Yep. Oh, not now.
Not like that, no.
No,
so,
he's bailed on that one.
We managed to put the mockers on that one, didn't we?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never known a commentator curse a qualifying lap before. But you managed it, so well done.
I can curse it as commentator and cameraman tonight. So I can double curse somebody that pees me off tonight. Let's have a look at Mr. Onion.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's on track. He's not set the world light yet on the timing screen, but he's into a new lap, so let's see. There's a lock-up from the car in front. Car in front, I don't know who the car in front is, actually.
No, he got well out of the way, though, didn't he? So this is an out lap for Yarrick.
All right. So, on outlaps for this car, it is absolutely wild. The rear end has no traction at all, really. Do you know what the temperature is on this track, Clyde?
I can get it up for you.
24, so it's quite cool.
There you go.
So we should see some good times. Hey?
Didn't need to get out.
No.
It was already there, but
I was.
Just so you know, there it is.
So we go flying through. You don't really get a good time on lap 1, do you? It's lap 2 that you...
Lap 2, yeah.
But worth sticking with him because we have time for this. There's 5 minutes of the session or 4 minutes of the session left, so enough for 30 laps of Oran Park because it's so small. 1 lap is... Hang on a minute. Just over 1 minute. 1 minute 4 seconds. That's a horrible corner, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Evening
Champion.
to Frederick van Eekhoven on the chat. He is a Kenzie Newhoff and Demis Tigliar fan.
So team down under. Quite a tidy lap from Yarrick.
Yeah, a little bit snaky there, wasn't it?
Yeah. But lap 1 always is. And you don't want to get too much wheel spin, do you? Because you go from not having any grip because you've got cold tyres to not having any grip because you've melted your tyres in one pedal press, really. There's nothing in it. Oh, that's a massive lockup from an NQ. Oh, no, it wasn't an NQR car. It was whichever one was in the dirt on the right-hand side there. That's Tony Klusterman in front. Oh, he's locked up as well. Although that is a bit of a feature of Tony's cars, isn't it?
Yeah, Tony ducks out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, that's wide. Yeah, that was too wide. I don't think this is going to improve. He wanted a bit of curb there on the right-hand side, and he didn't get that either. Bit of curb here, that'll do. That's lovely, nice line. And then roll it through this one, because it's uphill. It scrubs the speed off for you, really. That's a bit too wide. And then through the S's. Oh, it's not the S's, is it? It's Momo. And then into the last corner. That was good. Held it in. And then gas all the way to the line as he improved. I don't think he will have done. No. Yes, but only slightly. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he was a second off his best.
Make your mind up.
I'll get it right eventually, guys. I'm just trying to keep you all interested for as long as possible.
Hi to James on the chat.
Yeah, I was just going to call that one.
Oh, sorry. Who have we got on track at the moment?
Probably, I'd like to have a look at Pavel Glanovsky, to be honest. Oh, no, he's the teammate of Yarrick. Is he actually on lap? Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Cool, let's have a look at Pavel. Actually, I'm more keen to see who it is that's behind him, because he's... or is that going to pit? Oh, we're pitting.
Yeah.
That was Ivan Batman's that had to get out of the way of a pitting car just then.
Thank you. Okay, so sticky toffee pudding and custard has arrived.
I hate you.
Evening to Adam Watson on the chat, and also, come on Pete, who is the Rotamax?
I can never remember. You ask me this every time.
It's Rob then.
Ah, right. Why can't he call himself, I don't know, something wild, like Rob then?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Adam's cheering on Luka Lechovic, who is currently in 21st place, Paceworks, and has got some improving to do. He's done a 105.8. Even if he sheds an entire second off that, he will only get as far as 7th. So a little bit off the pace at the minute. Maybe he can make his positions up in the race.
Yeah, Richard Alsop's just put in his fastest time, but still not enough to overhaul car 11.
No, it's going to take him a massive effort from someone to overhaul that. He's all right. He's not that far ahead of Richard Alsop, 1.5 tenths. But round here, that's a lot of track, isn't it? Because it's such a short lap.
Yeah.
No, Dave and Carl in this series. James, sorry about that.
But if you want to see some crashing, keep your eye on Sam Boozin.
Yeah, is he even on track? He's not. He's not. No. I tell you what, there's some eye-wateringly high eye rating knocking about in this, isn't there?
The Mew.
Oh, who's that? That's a new name.
Yeah, cheering for Bob.
Oh, Richard. I'm doing that in the race. That's a race-defining moment if you do that.
What happened there?
You're going to slow-mo Richard Alsop?
No, just going to say what happened.
I'm going to guess tyre off. Tyre off. There you go. Right there.
Ooh. And then the concrete tyres.
Oh, that's good. I've never known anybody do that before. The poor marshals. They got decapitated. So, we are 41 seconds away from the end of this session.
Adam Watson saying he wants to drive the Scooby tomorrow.
Trying to get out of having to actually turn the steering wheel. That is the session gone checkered, Clyde.
Oh,
As you pile a load of cake and custard into your mouth.
I put an extra large spoonful in to last me, and it was so hot.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, let's just wait for the session to click over, and then we will get your starting grid up.
Okay, so you're...
What is going on?
I don't know what that is.
I'm just pressing all the buttons at the moment.
Right, so your pole man...
Here we
Scroll
go.
me down, will you? There we go. Right, okay. Is car 11 for NQA A team with a 103.994. In second is going to be Richard Alsop. In third, Tony Klusterman for NQRB, followed by his teammate in fourth, Greg Carr, NQRB as well. Tyler Newitt will go off fifth, BSTV Esports Green, while Clyde eats. Sixth will be Yarek Onion for GTL VRT. Jamie Wilson goes off seventh. That's a strong time there from the Team Chimera driver. Pavel Glanovsky off eighth for GTL VRT as well.
Good luck, guys.
Concord Racing's Rob Woodhouse, Bob, goes off ninth. Miro Hraski off 10th for PCS. Kenzie Neowolf off 11th for Team Down Under. Rafael Kaczarzik in 12th. 13th will be Stephen Phillips for Dashhound Racing. We learned all about that paint scheme last time. 14th will be Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green. Nikolai Bogatyrev off 15th for Don't Bug Me Racing. Andrew Hoffman for PSR off 16th. That's actually a good time. 17th, Sam Buzan for BSTV Esports Yellow. Demis Tigchalar in 18th for Team Down Under. Marco Lower for VTS Esports will go off 19th. 20th will be Mike Frost. Good effort there for Don't Bug Me Racing. Luka Ledchevich for Paceworks Esports goes off 21st. Rafa, car 22, no, it doesn't. Car 70, is that a 9? Yeah, goes off 22nd for Triton Racing. Ant Woodward for NQRB will go off 23rd. 24th will be Stefan Deck for Herzog. Ivan Batman's off 25th for Track Velocity Racing. Alistair Walker 26th, Ben Cullen 27th, and Athanasios Politis off 28th. And they're gone. Fairly even start. Probably Tony Klusterman's got the leap on a couple of cars here. But 3 into turn 1 doesn't definitely go. And Richard Allsop's holding that inside line because it's the preferable one through that turn as they head off towards Shell Corner. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, there's a bit of tyre smoke in the background for sure. As we head off into the infield section. That's Tyler Newitt on the inside there, holding out Jamie Wilson. Although Jamie was toe-to-toe with somebody else for a second. Kenzie, I think that was. As we come through the S's section and into Momo. And fire it towards last corner, and we've nearly already done a lap. And look at the gap that Chris Jackson's got already.
Yeah, I think we may have had a crash for Ivan Bowman's.
Right. We'll have a look at that.
Let's have a quick look now, see
Yeah.
what we can see.
Front of the field seems to be fairly quiet. So, is he? Oh, that's not him. That's another car.
No, that's...
He's tippy-toed around that one. Grumpy old fart.
I think it might have been... Was it?
He looks incredibly incident-free.
Yeah.
It has to be said. And you can see how the field occupies the entire track pretty much after only lap 2.
Well, let's get the track map up and people can see that at home.
It's a bit of a snake, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they'll soon split up. So we've got car 20. 7 and 28. Who are they at the minute? Ant Woodward. Oh dear. And Andrew Hoffman in the pits. So Hoff is dead last. Slow and Furious. Watch out for Cullen cutting through the pack. Why? Because he's going to wipe everybody out. His name is Send, by the way. So yeah. At the pointy end, we have Richard Alsop, who has managed to get back on reasonable terms here with Chris Jackson, car 11. They pile it over Dunlop into Foster's, and then Momo is next. Oh no, we're in dogleg. We've just done Momo. I should be watching the right timing, shouldn't I? And then last corner. Don't run it out wide, boys, because there's only pain out there. I'm looking back from Chris Jackson's car. He's not managing to get away just yet. I think Richard Alsop's potentially got an answer for him. If he can just get onto his rear bumper, that'd be an exciting bit of racing to watch. These two coming, not together, literally, but getting on racing terms with one another. Tony Klusterman and Greg Carr keeping line of stern at the minute. Excuse me. With Yarek Sabula just behind him. Jamie Wilson in behind Tyler Newitt, and it all gets a bit busier back here.
Just battles everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a busy old track at the minute. What happened to Ant Woodward? Is it on the event tracker or not?
No.
That's weird. Have you got anything for Hoffman?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this, see if this tells us anything.
Okay. The Hoff getting into all sorts of turned around.
Yeah. Didn't see Ant Woodward in that though.
No, that's very strange. Did he grid? Yeah. So, Jamie Wilson gives hot pursuit to Tyler Newitt. Tyler's nearest teammate is Adam Wright, who's about 5 or 6 positions behind him. So no help coming anytime soon there. You can see Adam Wright in the distance there. So this is Jamie Wilson with Kenzie Newolf. Ooh, that was a bit sideways. He managed to control that fantastically, but he's put himself into the clutches of Kenzie, it has to be said.
I've got Nikolai Bogatyro jumping to the pits after an off track, so...
Right, let's have a bit of this.
It's not very good, is it?
I've seen... Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of engine in that car, is there?
No. Didn't quite get the accident, but...
No. But we get the theory behind it, don't we? Big bang equals pit stop. So, don't bug me. Racing one down. Where is Mike Frost? He's dropped only one position since the start, so that's not bad. So, currently in 21st. Kenzie getting a bit interested in Jamie Wilson's current position.
And just some information for the Mew. That wasn't fork on plate action. That was spoon in bowl action.
Certainly was.
Sticky toffee pudding and custard.
I could really do with that right now. Anyway. So, Chris Jackson's opened up a bit more to Richard Allsop in the tune of 0.9 of a second.
Yeah, Chris, Andrew's done well there. He's got right out of the way.
Yeah. He's got a very fast field about to swamp him, though, so he needs to pick his moment to get back in line quite carefully. I think he's let Tony go. Is he? Oh, Tony's blinking in and out at the minute. And to be fair, Richard Allsop has hauled in Chris Jackson over the course of those couple of corners, so does a better turn 1 and 2. But then it stretches back out to a second again over Dunlop Bridge. What was that?
This was Andrew Hoffman moving out of the way.
Has he done an extreme moving out of the way? Yes. Yeah. Oh, has he reset? He has as well. Obviously not enjoying his sprint race and didn't want to wipe out the field.
Yeah, we got Miro Hrasky as well.
Oh, he's in close quarters here with... Is that Ben? Or is that Sam?
Whoever it was just gave him a punt.
Certainly did. Couldn't see the name, he went through that quickly. And I don't know whether to believe my timing. No, I can't, because Ben Cullen went steadily down and then jumped up about 8 places. So yeah. I'll ignore SDK for
I've got him
ever.
in 19th.
Yeah, I have now. He dropped down to 25th on my screen.
So don't forget, after this race, we will have our super duper spinny wheel for a random reverse top 10 for the feature race.
So Richard Allsop, 1.1 seconds behind Chris Jackson now, or car 11, as it's probably more accurately called.
The event logger doesn't like this track.
Right.
People are entering the pit lane on every lap.
Yes, they do that. It's true. Because if you cross that little white line that everybody does in order to get the maximum speed, it assumes you're going to pit lane.
So are they dropping Tony here a bit, do you think?
Oh, very much so. So there's 2.5 seconds behind Richard Allsop. Back to Tony. Tony's, I think, dragging Greg Carr along, because Greg Carr's only half a second behind Tony at the minute. But Greg's got Jarek Sebula still in very close company, really. He's only 3/4 of a second behind him. Then they've got a big jump back to Tyler Newitt. There's a lot of real estate between them and Tyler. And in turn, Tyler's got a massive amount of time between himself now and Jamie Wilson. They were quite tight at the start. And Jamie's under pressure from Kenzie for Team Down Under. And then Stephen Phillips for Dashdown Racing in 9th. And then Bob in 10th, actually top 10, guys. Bit of a gap. He's a bit on his own in the middle there. He'll be quite happy about that, I would think, because it means A, he's not crashing, and B, nobody's crashing into him.
Let's have a bit of curb cab action, shall we?
Yeah. The namesake of the Nemela effect is on the chat now, Clyde.
Oh.
I don't know why he's not in. I don't know why he's not in here commentating. Do you?
Yeah, he should be. Yeah.
Doesn't need his knee for that, does he?
No, he doesn't talk out his knee.
He talks out somewhere else sometimes. But yeah, I get that. Yeah. Open invite, Marco. If you've not had too much beer. So this is Demis Tigchalar, who's about to put Marco Loert down a position, or maybe not.
Yeah,
Marco Loert was super quick through that last turn, and Rafa Kajarzik is now on him. Now, Rafa's dropped 3 positions since the start, and that's un-Rafa-like, isn't it?
Yes.
Ooh! Oh, dear. Locked tyres from Marco Loert, I think.
Yeah, Demis has put a lot of pressure on him.
And welcome to the booth, Marco Namela. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hello. How's life in rehabilitation land?
It's okay. I've been trying to drive a little bit, but I'm actually doing a official race in 1 hour. So.
No,
yeah.
That's cool. Bit of official racing. Giving up your I rating to other people. That's good. So when do you foresee yourself being back match fit?
I hope end of this year.
Ah, right. That's good. Because you've had some big operations, haven't you, on your knees and stuff?
Yeah, I actually have 1 more to come. So.
Ah, right.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's a long trip out into the dirt. Well done, Demis. That's going to take you a while to get back from. Lost a couple of positions there, but enthusiastic. Sorry about that, Marco. So, what have you observed of this race so far? Any standout individuals?
I just joined in. I noticed on Discord that you guys were online. So.
Right. Okay. It was that last minute, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So he's gone into turn 1, or the king, or whatever people call it these days. Super hot, probably. Oh, no, the car in front's already locking up. It's Marco Loert. So he's had to get out of the way. So that wasn't Demis's crash, really, was it?
To be honest, he did well to hold that.
Yeah, I mean, any rally driver would be proud of that, right?
That's some nice rallycross.
I was going to say, you're from Scandinavia. That's going to be good, right? You're going to get points for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bit of rally driving. Very stylish. I'd be proud of that. I don't know how he held that, Clyde. Yeah,
No,
I need to go
I
need to have tips from him. And just watching that, he's done another lap. That's how quick it is around here. We spent an entire minute watching that. So any favourites for this, Marco? Or is it so new to you at the minute that you've not even got an opinion on that?
Yeah, I'm just here enjoying the race, so I have no opinions.
In that case, you're welcome to stay in the booth and chip in when you want to, or you can disappear again. It's up to you. We're going to carry on watching this because it's crazy good. So Jarek Sebula tucked in behind Greg Carr. And he's caught him, Clyde.
Yes,
and Marco, obviously. There was a much bigger gap before, so I don't know whether Greg's slowed down. Marco's left us, that's fine. And Tony's pulling out a gap here. But he's in a bit of no man's land, isn't he? Because he's got like 4 seconds to Richard. Oh, here we go. This is still on this. And they are attracting the attention of Stephen Phillips back here. He's gaining on these guys. Jamie Wilson's inset camera for your viewing pleasure. As Kenzie gets right onto the back of him. Kenzie probably got a bit of a better drive off that corner there. As Hoff, I think that is, coming back out of the pits. Very carefully through the kink and into turn 2. Off to Shell Corner under the Toyota bridge. Is it Toyota? I think it is.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not very good with corner names.
No. That's Champion. This is Dunlop Bridge. Holding the inside there. Possibly a better line from Jamie through that section. Lots of curb, that was good. Both of them taking a very, very similar line through all of these, actually. That was a better, tighter line there from Kenzie. And through those sections. So he kind of loses it towards the middle of the lap and then pulls it all back in again towards the end of the lap, Clyde.
Yeah, and we see Andrew Hoffman coming out of the pits.
But he's got a couple of places to pick up because Miro and Nikolai.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to pick them up or not.
Oh, why?
This is just a getting out of the way job.
Probably. He's just probably picking a gap in the traffic, which is sensible. So, yeah, hats off to the Hoff.
What else have I got? I've got a Mark Frost.
Oh, right. That can't be good. He was doing all right. Oh, on his own under brake bias, that, isn't it, Clyde? I reckon.
But saved it.
He did. That's pretty good.
And
needs a bit more rearward brake bias on that, Mike.
We've got Raphael.
Are you referring to car 79?
Yeah. Yep. Not quite sure what he's doing. A bit snaky going in.
Oh, and very, very wide.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and a wall. And a wall. Oh, he's done all four sides. Yeah. A couple of straight panels on the car, but not that many.
Okay, so let's go back to this Kenzie Newhoff, Jamie Wilson. They're dragging Stephen Phillips into this as well.
They are. That back marker got out of the way well there. Probably not for Stephen Phillips, but he's not going to be too upset about that, I don't think. As they fire over Dunlop. I'm sure it's probably Yokohama now, but I don't know. And through the S's. This is where Kenzie seems to gain a bit of time, but he's not done on this lap. Jamie's pulled out 0.6 of a second. There's battles everywhere, Clyde. I mean, Luka Lechovic.
Yeah, I was just looking.
Is he under pressure or is he pressurising? He's pressurising. That's Marco Lewert again, isn't it?
Yeah. He's been in the thick of it tonight, hasn't he?
He has. Where's his running mates from before? Has he had an incident? No.
No, it was Demis, wasn't it?
It was Demis, sorry, yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's further back already, isn't he? He's that far back, Demis. He's behind Ben Cullen.
Yeah, someone we haven't looked at so far has been Mr. Boozin, our favourite Frenchman.
Yeah, 4 places down from his start position, but this is Oran Park, so fair enough.
Yeah, he's in a battle with Alistair Walker at the moment.
I hate what I'm going to say next. Our furthest mover, or our best mover, sorry, is Ben Cullen. What's that about?
Good 4-car battle, this.
It is. It's tight, isn't it? This whole section of SDK is red. Ooh, that's super wide.
Yeah, that was a gift.
It was. Was that a back marker?
And look at this.
Oh, hello.
That's
Tony
has... Oh, is that in the background?
Back marker in the background. I think it was Mike Frost. If I've got the right paint scheme in my head. Yeah. But Tony Klusterman has hunted down Richard Alsop. I don't know how that's happened because that was a massive gap. You got anything on your event tracker for Richard Alsop? Because he was only about a second behind Chris Jackson. Now he's 9 seconds down. So something big has happened to Richard Alsop. And now he's under a massive amount of pressure from Tony Klusterman. You can barely even see Chris Jackson. He's just dipped around the kink there in the distance.
No, I've got nothing.
Whoa, that's a Big lunge there from Tony. That'll compromise his exit at this turn and probably into shell corner. It wasn't a lunge as such, he was just late on the brakes, that's what I mean. I think that Richard had a moment, you know, and might not have been an incident on the incident tracker, but I think that he's had some sort of probably half spin, which lost him a massive amount of time.
Yeah, or I don't know. Is it Tony wasn't that far behind him? Did Tony just manage to claw into his lead and put pressure on, which allowed?
I'd be inclined to agree with that.
I don't know.
I'd be inclined to agree with it if Chris hadn't suddenly got another 8 seconds on him, like instantly. I'm going to have a look. Right, so if you go back 5 laps, he had a lap which was 6 seconds longer than it should have been. His lap 17. I don't know whether you can even do that where you are.
No, I'm just looking on the event viewer.
Yeah. It was a 6 second longer lap than anything else, which stands out massively from his 105s that he's been doing. So you're talking 6 laps ago. It's going to be quite a long time ago.
Hang on.
Oh, we found something.
Have we?
Right, he's past the end of pit lane exit. A bit of a wobble there. Oh, dirt and half spin and off track. Oh, he gets going again pretty quick though, but that'll account for the 5 seconds. Easy. Yep. A mistake from Richard Allsop. Glad we got it on camera. You don't often see one of them. That's a collector's thing, that. And he's pulling away from Tony again now, so he's back out of the mire, but he's 9 seconds behind car 11.
Yeah, this battle carries on.
It's been going on all race. It used to be. Who did it used to be? Wayne Sanderson with Jamie Wilson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's got a new friend to play with now, Kenzie Newolf.
Thanks, Sam.
I wonder what happened to Wayne Sanderson.
I don't know if he's watching, which I hope he is. Then please come back because you were a brilliant racer.
Sure, I punted him off at Watkins Glen in his first ever race.
I know that I've had coming-togethers with Wayne. Obviously, when he's been lapping me because he was that much faster than me. But so your top 10 at the minute, if we do a quick run through, is car 11, 6 years in the lead over Richard Allsop in second place, who's pulling now a handsome gap in front of Tony Kloosterman for NQRB. Whoa, that's sideways. Also for NQRB is Greg Carr in fourth. Jarek Sebula in fifth, who's up a position from the start. He took it from Tyler Newitt pretty much on the start line, who is in sixth for BSTB Esports Green. Jamie Wilson's a bit further back down the road for Team Chimera. On the same bit of tarmac is Kenzie Newolf for Team Down Under. Then Stephen Phillips for Dashhound Racing in 9th, with Bob in 10th for Concord, a bit like on his own, as the Mew says on the chat. And that's your top 10.
Yeah, and we've got just over 3 minutes to go.
It just flies by, doesn't it? It really does.
It certainly does.
Crazy.
What's happened to Raphael? Let's see.
What? Kachazik or
no,
right.
He's already beat up.
And that's probably the Oh, tyre off.
Tyre on the grass.
I was going to say that's probably the reason that he's crashed again, but
Oh,
it's
cool,
not.
Ivan. Thanks for the back. I thought I was an idiot. Cheers.
That was Ivan Batman's that had to get around him there. Good job it's a day race for Ivan.
Thanks, Farrell. Thanks, Stefan.
I wonder if Kenzie will try anything challenging on the last few laps. He's very close.
Yeah. They've probably got 3 laps.
Yeah, I would say so. It's amazing the different lines you can take around this circuit, isn't it? You're watching these two.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre, and they're no slower than one another, but they're on different lines into and out of corners all the time. Bit wiggly there from Jason. Jamie even. I do that every time, you know. I work with a bloke called Jason Wilson, and it just kicks into my head. And he pulls away at certain corners just to give himself enough room to stay ahead. It's fascinating to watch. And then he's on him like white on rice coming out of the last turn and can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you can see with the sector times at the bottom of the screen, Jamie Wilson is better in the first 3, and Kenzie Newhoff is better in the last 2.
Yep, that is absolutely right. That's what I said. Whoa! No, dear, that's torn that.
Okay, so what happened?
I think he just overcooked it. Into the kink. A little bit of sideways. Oh, that's lovely. Really nice bit of slow-mo. I mean, to be fair, he's done an amazing job not to get into those green tyres.
I would have been in there already.
Yep, me too. I'd have been over them.
And then he did well not to catch these ones.
Oh, I know.
Whilst
And
recovering.
That bridge looks like a whole lot of really hard concrete, doesn't it? Whoa, he was close there, wasn't he? That's a good effort, that. Stephen Phillips says, hello. Gonna have a bit of this.
So I think our leader is on the last lap.
Right, okay. Let's see what happens here then. Stephen Phillips, I don't think is the sort of driver to stuff it down the inside on a last lap ditch effort. And this is car 11 taking the checkered flag with a bit of sideways out of the last corner, a bit of a wiggle as he probably flashing his lights. Followed home by Richard Allsop after a little excursion. And behind Ivan Batman's there is Tony Kloosterman, and Greg Carr finishing 4th. This is still going on, but Jamie's got it sewn up. Stephen Phillips following him home.
To say the least.
Yeah, Bob following him as well. Further back, Adam Wright just outside the top 10. Rafał Kaczarczyk and Pavel Klanovsky with a bit of side damage on his car. I'm sure they'll sort that out for the next race. That's Marco Lewert, who is in the thick of the action. And then Demis. And then the very beaten up car 79. That's a lot of curb. That's an extreme amount of curb.
That was a shortcut.
Yeah, it was. Has he got a slowdown? I think he's got a slowdown off that as well. Oh no, he's already finished his laps. Right, fair enough. That was funny. Ivan Batman's taking it to pit road. Right then. wait for the session to click over, and then we can go through the finishing order for race 1. You'll have to have a little bit of a pause, folks, after I've done this, because we open a brand new racing session, which takes a few moments, and we have the Wheel of Fortune to go through as well. What are we watching here?
Just a replay. It's all right.
Right. This is a replay of the start.
Just whilst I can get things sorted out in the background.
And have I been muted?
Have you? You should know.
That's just me that joined. Click on
Okay. No, it's because you paused the stream.
So,
That's a good pause picture, that, Clyde.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't actually know why it's paused, but you know.
If you click the replay, just saying.
I still don't know why it's paused, but it's all good fun. Can't even find OBS anymore. There it is. Okay, so let's see if we can't get this grid up. No, that's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Oh, come on. You know
Oh, geez.
want
You keep
to.
me on the cameras, right? Session is gonna be like 30 minutes longer, guys, just so you know.
Yeah.
Waiting for Clyde to put on the correct thing.
Clyde finishes
It's coming,
fiddling
it's
about.
coming, it's coming.
Thanks,
Get
Gary,
ready.
for saying that you
Get
can hear me.
ready. Get ready. Let me go back a bit.
Reverse. There we go. Right, so your race winner in round 3. The sprint race was Chris Jackson, or car 11, because we really don't know who's driving that car. For NQA A. Richard Allsop finished second, only just, really, in his estimations. Third was Tony Klusterman for NQRB. Greg Carr finished fourth for also NQRB. Fifth was Jarek Sabula for GTL VRT. Tyler Newitt finished sixth for BSTV Esports Green. Kenzie Newolf finished in seventh for Team Down Under. Team Chimera's driver of Jamie Wilson finished eighth. Ninth was Stephen Phillips for Dashhound Racing. Bob Woodhouse for Concord Racing finished 10th. 11th was Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green. Rafa Kaczarczyk finished in 12th. 13th was Pavel Glanowski for GTL VRT. Marco Lower finished 14th for VTS Esports. 15th was Luka Leshevich for Paceworks. 16th was Demis Tigchalar for Team Down Under. Raf car number 79 finished in 17th. Rafael Drojajic for Triton Racing. Stop it, Clyde. I can hear you laughing in the background. 18th was Sam Buzan for BSTV Esports Yellow. Ivan Batmans for Track Velocity Racing finished 19th. 20th was Alistair Walker for CSR. Stefan Deck finished 21st for Herzog Motorsports. Sen Cullen was in 22nd for BSTV Esports Yellow. The two Don't Bug Me racing cars finished line astern, with Mike Frost in 23rd and 24th being Nikolai Bogotyrev. Athanasios Politis finished 25th. Miro Hraski for PCS finished 26th. 27th was the Hoff for PSR, and Ant Woodward for NQRB. Did he do a lap? I don't think he did.
I don't think he gridded, no.
No. Okay. So,
Okay.
Wheel of Fortune. We do a reverse for the feature race. But how big is the reverse, Clyde?
Oh, let's find out. Let's give it a spin.
Whenever you're ready. There we go. We're spinning. Round and round she goes. Where it'll stop, nobody knows.
It's
5.
five.
5. Right,
Okay.
So I've been paid by Tyler to put 6, but I guess I will not be paid.
So that's Jarek Sebula on pole position for race 2, the feature race. Greg Carr will be second. Tony Clisman will be third, where he would have been anyway. Richard Alsop in fourth, and Car 11 in fifth. Fascinating.
Okay, so I've just put in on the intro screen because I have no idea what other screen to put on.
Oh, right, we're going racing again. That's nice. Who was Canadian Crispy Bacon, Clyde?
I can't remember.
Okay,
tell
us who you are.
Really hoping you wasn't going to ask me that.
All right, never mind. Remind us who you are, Canadian Crispy Bacon, because we remember speaking to you lots and lots, even more than Jelly Tots last time. We raced V8s.
So let's see. I'm just going to mute myself because
I've just realised that I need to leave the session. Yes, save that.
All right, gents, if you have nothing to say to me, I'm going to...
No, not really. You didn't do well enough.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the word was on purpose, just to make myself a challenge. Just joking. It's my breaking point. Just one question for you. I don't know what happened with Miro Rasky. I don't know if that's my fault or not. I think he clipped the grass, but not sure. So if it's my fault, Miro, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
We didn't get a good shot of it. It was over Dunlop Bridge, wasn't it?
Yeah. He spun at turn 1 as well, and I catched him, and then I think he clipped the grass, but not quite sure. But anyway, if it's my fault, sorry, Miro.
Yeah.
All right, see you later, gents.
See you later, Sam. That was Sam Boozan joining us to make sure that our Wheel of Fortune actually worked.
Right, so session is set up.
Let's have a look, see if it's launched yet. Not yet.
Quite yet. But
we'll wait for that. That was quite a race. There was some... Jamie Wilson was in the thick of a number of different battles, wasn't he? And did it all right for himself in the end.
Yeah,
he won't think so, I don't think, because he's dropped a position since the start.
Yeah, he does. He can be very hard on himself, can't he? But I think, overall the race was absolutely fantastic. It could have been an absolute crash fest. But we know the quality of these drivers. So that didn't happen. And I think it's going to be, interesting now with the feature race. Half of the top 10 are reversed. Has Car 11 got the pace to come through? He's going to be trying to overtake some very good drivers if he wants to get a double win again. Session has launched, by the way.
All right.
Excuse me, middle of dying then. And then throw into the mix a pit stop as well, and some tactics. And we've got everything in the blender, and anything can come out at the other end.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting seeing what Car 11 can do, because what happened last time? How many did we reverse last time? Do you remember?
I don't think it was many, if I'm honest.
Right. So he probably just nipped to the front again.
Yeah, I got 3 in my head for some reason, but
and this place is a lot harder to overtake on because there's not a lot of room, is there? There's nothing in between corners really either. There's the start, finish straight, and there's a bit into the last corner, but I didn't see any overtakes in the last corner in that last race.
No.
So we'll have to see what happens. It is surprising, actually, because, these guys are very good in this car, mind. These are probably some of the best. Not seeing last time's champion on the chat, and he certainly hasn't turned up for this one, so maybe we'll see him for a different race. It certainly piqued his interest last time, didn't it?
Yes, and I did take the liberty of sending him a link to sign up.
So while this loads in for me, I'm going to step away, Clyde, because I need to do a mini foggy.
Yeah, and I think I will join you and go and grab a quick drink. So
So-
we will be back very, very shortly. So, welcome back everybody to round 4, which is the feature race from Oran Park. Car 11 taking away the win in round 3. We have a reverse grid of the top 5, which has put Jarek Sebula on pole position for the feature race. Drivers are currently in a quick 10-minute practice session just to allow everybody to get into the second session. Let's have a look at what the temperatures are doing at the moment. So we've switched to a late afternoon. You can see it's coming up to 25 past 6 in the evening. And track temperature is currently 25 degrees. So hope you all enjoyed race 1 of the evening. This one is double the length, 60 minutes. Cars are limited to 75% of a full fuel tank. So that does force a pit stop, but it does give quite a wide pit window. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see people coming in quite early to try and get that undercut, but then they can struggle later on in the race. I did have some inside information. Let me just see if I can find it. Earliest stop lap 15, latest stop lap 40 is what I'm being told. We'll have to wait and see whether that comes true or not. The Mew and Bob having a bit of a bromance on the chat. That's a busy pit exit. So I'm not quite sure. Or is that Pete coming back? He's obviously put some W.
Yeah, that's me coming back.
On his squeaky door because I didn't hear him coming back.
Take yourself off mute on Discord, will you, Clyde?
There you go.
Awesome. I can hear you now. Right then, perfect timing, I think.
Yeah, so can we get the grid up? Hip, 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 hooray. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Got a bag of popcorn.
Anyway.
They're already on the grid.
They're on the grid. I can't get the grid for some reason.
Yep, Yarrick Sabula is your pole man. Greg Carr in second, Tony Klusterman third, Rich Dorstop fourth, Chris Jackson fifth. Sixth is Tyler Newitt. I'll keep doing this until they go. Kenzie Newolf in seventh, Jamie Wilson eighth, Stephen Phillips ninth, Robert Woodhouse, Bob 10th, 11th, Adam Wright, Pavel Glanovsky in 12th, 13th, Marco Loert, Luka Lechevich in 14th, Demis Tigchalar in 15th, and they're gone. Race 2 underway, 1 hour of Oran Park in V8. And already, Tony. And is that blue on blue? Oh, he's going, whoa! Oh dear, that's not started well for NQR, has it, Clyde?
It certainly hasn't. I believe.
Oh dear, there's all sorts behind.
Round.
I think Stephen Phillips has dropped back, but yeah. I think he was avoiding whatever happened in Shell Corner. So
has Tony Klusterman lost his rear end? Yes.
Oh yeah, he got hit by his own teammate. I think it was Chris Jackson again. Yeah, it must be. I mean, Ant Woodward, where is he? Put a camera on Ant Woodward.
Ant Woodward is. Can't even find Ant Woodward. There he is.
He's up 9 places. He's only done 1 lap.
Yeah. So this is what happened with Greg.
Right, let's have a look at this. So they got side by side into the King. Side by side strike.
It's back across the track. Everybody checks up.
Yep. Someone else was epically wide in the background.
Let's see
Is that
what
Mike
else
Propp?
happened in there. This is Bob.
Oh, it was Bob in Shell Corner that spun. But possibly because of somebody else. Oh, no.
No, possibly not. No.
No. That's a very third-hand looking car.
Yeah. Pavel was in it.
Yeah.
I think Stephen Phillips.
He bailed out, didn't he?
Well, I think he got pushed.
Oh, right.
Sam was in it somewhere as well.
Go.
Heading towards Shell Corner, and Sam
Kicking off in front.
was trying to stay wide. Oh, yeah, he's stayed. Oh, no, he got collected nearly.
Nearly, yeah.
Yeah.
That weren't too bad. Okay, let's get back
Actually,
to
he's
the
done a good
action.
job there, hasn't he? Yeah. So, Pavel Konovsky drops 10 places. Not as much as Greg Carr, who's dropped 18.
Just look at this one with Marco Lewert, because this was why we was at another replay.
Oh, look at the state of that.
He's already got damage. And it's Alistair Walker.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty.
Misjudged braking zone there.
There's going to be a big apology there, I think.
I think so.
So, let's have a look what's going on at the front. So, Chris Jackson has dropped, obviously, with that big check-up. He's behind Adam Wright. More tyre smoke there. I would guess that's from Tony.
And look who's in second place. Tyler knew it.
Yeah, it's a good battle here, though.
Oh, yeah. Richard Allsop on the back of Kenzie. R11 has been relegated down to 8th place from the start with all that. I think
it literally was just the big check-up at the start, wasn't it?
Well, I think that if we look at Chris Jackson's car, we'll see a dented front end because I think he's got Tony Klusterman's rear wing attached to it.
Let's see if we can see it from the back of Adam Wright's car. Yes.
Yeah, that's proper messed up. So he'll be getting that fixed in the pit stop. We did get some insight into pit stops, didn't we?
Yeah, I was saying it was earliest of lap 15, latest of lap 40.
A big window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mandy is being constructively encouraging of Hoff by telling him to go faster. I think that basically means it's the pedal on the right. That doesn't appear to be slowing Tony Klusterman down too much, the lack of that rear wing.
No, and we've seen that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
It looks absolutely horrendous, but actually driving the car, there's nothing in it.
No, these two have caught Tyler now and putting him under a massive amount of pressure.
And there's a look at this.
Oh dear, look at all that. So that's Anne Woodward behind Luca, behind Sam, behind Nikolai.
Let's have a look at Ant Woodward's dancing feet, shall we?
Oh yes. Evening to Stacey on the chat. So, Ant Woodward will be hoping for a decent finish here because he didn't actually start the last one, I don't think.
Yeah, that's enough of his feet. I can smell them from here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Adam.
Oh!
Sorry, Chris.
I'd like to see that again from above.
I think it may have been Adam.
Right. Literally. So wide, on the grass, on the sand, and
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I've done that before, trying to stay as wide as possible. I did it on Wednesday. Kenzie's under serious pressure here from Richard.
Yeah, Tyler wants them to go side by side for a few laps.
And Jarek Sebula is absolutely checked out. Three and a quarter seconds away.
Yeah, he's that far ahead. I'm not even going to put him on the screen.
Boring when they're that quick. Stacey wants to know what I'm eating. I'm eating popcorn.
Yeah. Did you see that she also retracted a message that was
Yeah.
"You're a fat bastard"?
Yeah.
Jamie Wilson is starting to reel in Tony Klosterman a bit now as well.
And well, it's very quick and Tony's very damaged, so I think the two together means that they will eventually get together. Oh, here we go. He's pulled a move out of the last turn, so this looks very good for Richard. He's on the optimal line into the kink and into the second turn. Ooh, there's a bit of a wiggle from Kenzie. He wanted to turn in and he couldn't. That's all very clean. That's excellent from both drivers. And they've let Tyler get away a little.
Yeah, I think that might be short-lived.
I also think so, because Richard is no slouch. How nobody's gobbled him up into a team, I've no idea.
Well, he is, isn't he? He's in the racecraft team.
Right. Sweet unsalted. Just answering Stacey again. Oh, that looked painful. I could see some proper tyre smoke there. There was a couple of NQR cars involved in whatever that tyre smoke was doing. I think it's Ant Woodward by the look of where it is on track. So that was a bit of a shunt there. 2 shunts. 3 shunts. 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay.
That's how you finish them off.
Lucas' car doesn't look too bad, to be fair.
No, Ants was destroyed.
Yeah, there was not much left that was recognisable. Tyler, what are you doing? Get off the grass.
So Richard Alsop up into second.
Jamie Wilson
still chasing down Tony Klosterman.
Tell you what, even without a rear boot lid, so he can't store his shopping anymore, and no spoiler, Tony's doing all right. He's half a second a lap slower than Jarek Sebula. Maybe not half a second, actually. Maybe more like 2/10. Some booze on looking at the back of Demis Tigchalar's car. Getting a bit racy now, potentially. To Kenzie. Chasing down Tyler Newitt. Richard Allsop checking out in front of him.
Yeah, these guys trying to get past Tyler has brought Tony right back into it.
Yep. Tony's car looks a bit like a go-kart with no rear wing on it. A bit weird. And is that Chris Jackson closing in on the back of Jamie's car? It is, isn't it?
It is, yep.
He's reeling him in quite quickly, actually. He was a second faster, or nearly a second faster last lap. That's a huge amount round Oran Park.
The Greg car got past Sam whilst we was watching that.
Stacey on the chat is saying strange track with lots of different surfaces. It is. She should really be in the chat, really, shouldn't she? That's a good overtake there from Greg Carr on Sam Bouzan. Tony, grass from Tony. That's a save of the century. Has he managed to keep it out of the wall? He has as well.
Let's have a look at that, shall we?
Miracle. Absolute miracle. He needs another 3 laps and he can pit that car. So this is at Momo. Over the top of the crest.
Yeah, that
Car up.
didn't seem too bad, did it?
No. Car gets light.
Out wide.
Yeah, it's when the car lifts on the crest, which he's probably at about now. Or is it the next corner? Hang on. I've got the wrong corner here. Oh no, that's the last one out of the S's. There you go. This is it. Momo. Car lifts.
Yeah.
No traction at the rear. Sideways. Points for drifting. Flicks back.
Yeah,
lots of grass. Yeah. Don't say that to anybody who rides motorcycles because they'll say that a car can't have a tank slapper and then manages to get it back. He'll be disappointed he didn't hit the apex though, right?
Yeah.
Our 11 has caught Jamie Wilson. Ant Woodward has left the session, so that's the end of his race. It's very sad.
Just want to see what went on here, because there seems to be a lot of overtaking going on.
So this is Frosty. Previously a Vulcan driver.
Nothing very much going on there.
No. Jamie Wilson finds himself in an NQR sandwich, catching Tony because of his lack of car bits, and getting caught by car 11 because Mary's driving it. Gonna have some more popcorn. So for Stacey's benefit and anybody else that's new to Oran Park and V8s, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, oh yeah, that was close. As I said at the beginning of the broadcast, sadly this track does not exist any longer. This is now a housing estate, I'm led to believe, but is held in some severe reverence as a place of worship for V8 sim racers, as will Sandown be, isn't that right, Clyde?
Yeah, well, if I'm honest, I'm not a big lover of Sandown. I prefer
Right.
Ipswich. That's
Oh yeah, it's a good track. Yeah,
fantastic track. That is.
yeah. Didn't they have Gingerman as a track as well at one time?
That was. Yeah, could be right actually.
Was that a V8 track?
Right, what other battles have we got here? So that is Ben Cullen ahead of Pavel Glanovsky.
I think Mike Frost and Ivan Batmans are in a bit of a battle as well. Ivan's car looks remarkably clean.
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite to Mike's.
Yeah.
Adam Wright is in a bit of a battle with Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, Bob's got no rear end on his car at all. He's got the Tony Klusterman look.
Yeah.
And he was sideways in Shell Corner, if you remember,
He
and
was, yes.
everybody hit him. It was like when you were a kid and you got digs and people used to punch you in the arm and everybody had to do it. So he went sideways and everybody felt the need to hit his car. So unlucky, Bob, but that's what happens. So Chris Jackson's caught him, but he doesn't know what to do with him. He's a bit like a dog chasing a car, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, this could be good though. Outside at Shell Corner, really? Nope. Champion.
Right-handers, isn't it? That's the.
Yeah, he's on the wrong side for this. Jamie's positioned his car very nicely. And just enough braking gets Jamie optimally positioned. It'd be a pretty nasty thing to do to stick your car in the S's, wouldn't it?
Chris Jackson of old would have done it.
He would. He's a bit more. Well, Mary's a bit better driver, though, isn't she? So.
True. Yeah.
So into last corner. Tony's getting away now, so I don't know whether these two have been so tangled up that they've dropped off the back of Tony. But Tony's caught Kenzie, which is strange.
As these are nice quick laps, let's do a lap looking back from Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, don't blink, folks, because I think Chris Jackson's going to be like pushing us down the road in a minute.
That's looking forward from Jamie Wilson on your inset.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. So here we go. Up and over the bridge, is this?
Yeah.
Yep. And then down through, I always forget what that's called. Something drop. Foster's Dip, sorry. And then Momo is the next one that we've just been through, or is it that one? That's that one. And then we go through the little dogleg thing here, which is a bit of a chicane thing, and then into last corner. And Chris gets very tasty there, doesn't he? He's good on the brakes there. Got a little bit of wheel spin there, just a little bit, and it's just setting back. I think that's going to rage for quite a while, probably till the pit stop. Is Tony Klusterman in the pits?
Tony Klusterman is coming into the pits.
This is lap 20, so well within the window.
See if he takes tyres.
He'll take everything he can, I reckon, off that car. He'll take a new car. I think he's going to go new car. Optimal pit stall. Rear spoiler back on it. Tyres on.
Up for tyres.
Nice tank of go-go juice. Somebody else dropping in behind him there.
Alistair
Who is
Walker.
that? Ah, now he got punted earlier, didn't he? Car 11 on his own for a bit now.
What has
Where
happened
is Jamie
there?
Wilson? Because I thought he was nailed to the back of Jamie's car at one point. Jamie's car looks clean, so has Chris lost it on his own?
I've got this.
Let's have a look. Yep, this looks like familiar to me. Eating some popcorn, because this could be good. Oh, a lock up. Tries to get away from the back of his car. He manages it just. Turns it, but... more popcorn needed. Oh, a bit wide. Look at the camber on his front wheels. That's ridiculous.
Is it camber or damage?
Right then.
But
That explains
that's why
that.
those two split up. And
Yep.
Chris has just been in the pits as well.
Yep,
Andrew
nice new
Hoffman
car.
in the pits.
Hoff's doing better than last time. He's in 21st.
Tyler Newitt in the pits.
Yeah. From second, was he? No, it was third, wasn't he? Because Richard was in. Have we missed a change for the lead, Clyde?
We have, haven't we?
When did that happen?
So rubbish.
Yeah. He's not been in the pits, has he?
No. Where are you, Richard? Richard.
And sadly, yet again, Ant Woodward has left the session.
There we go.
Oh, we got it. I'll watch it on your stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, good
just a
drive.
bit
Whoa.
wide from Yarrick, wasn't it?
Yep. Very nicely done. Very clean. Opportunistic, but very clean. Respect to that one.
Greg Carr in the pits.
From, I think, 6th or maybe even 5th.
Evening to El Reco on the chat.
Yep. Tell us who you are, unless that really is your name. Ben Send, sorry, didn't want to get his name wrong. Send Cullen up 12 places. The only person more improved than that right now is Nikolai Bogotyrev, up 17 positions. That's impressive. I know there's pit stops involved in it, but still.
So Mike has got past Ivan.
Yep. What car is that? That's not a Mustang, is it? Because Mustangs have a spoiler and a rear on the car.
It's a Toyota.
It looks like some sort of giant has eaten a bit of the back of it off. Toyota.
May have a crash here for Alistair Walker. Or was he just getting out of the way?
So this is Tony Klusterman getting wide again a little. Whoa, dear! He's had his nose chopped off by. Who is that? Is that the guy in the Paceworks car?
Yeah, and that's Tyler behind, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, that is. Oh, it went straight to the pits. That's what it was.
It was Luka Lechevich. Tyler's a bit fighty under braking. There's Mike Frost. Again, half a car Frost, we're going to call him.
This is Tony and Tyler.
Yep.
Jamie Wilson coming in the pits.
All right. So Jamie Wilson out of 4th place. Boxes the car for new rubber, new fuel. No need for damage repairs because he hasn't got any. One of the few that doesn't. That was a lot of curve from Tony. Lovely last corner. Nicely controlled. And away he goes. He's got the fastest of all, Sector 3 at the moment. So he's on a mission. Half ploughing the corner at turn 2. I think that was the shell corner coming up.
Yeah, it was a big lock-up, wasn't it?
Yep. You don't want to do that in these cars too much, because if your front... Oh, dear, that was Luka Lepcevic.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. So
Yep.
what happened there? Was he trying to get out of the way?
Feel a slow-mo coming on. Oh, no, he's already done it, yeah.
He's already done it, yeah. Can we go back any further? No.
No.
Or can we? Or can we, he says.
Oh, there we go. You're getting good at this. You can get a job doing this.
I'm just pressing crap loads of buttons at the moment.
Oh, dear, that's a lot of air. Very nice. Then he's locked up the brakes. Oh, and sadly taken out...
Maybe got a little bit of help there, didn't he?
I don't think so. I think Ali Walker got round...
Yeah.
Like, super wide looking at that. There's the Hoff. Going to finish him off. Oh, no, he missed.
Okay, leader is in.
Oh, yeah. Richard in the pits.
Wondered why they were all driving so slow then, but I was still on slow.
That was hilarious. Deary me. So we've got a vacancy for a cameraman. All you need is a pulse.
I am the best cameraman in the company. I think we're proving tonight I am better on the V8 cameras than Sam is behind the V8 wheel.
Was he pitted? Yes, wasn't he?
Yes, he has.
So, at the minute, your top 5, I'll say this as top 5, is Nikolai Bogatyrov. I'm pretty sure he's waiting for a pit stop.
He is, yeah.
For Don't Bug Me Racing. Oh, dear. Can we go and have a look at Tony Kloosterman? Something happened here. Oh, it was the world's biggest nudge.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That was the excuse me button. So if that doesn't get redressed, then I think there'll be a protest.
So Nikolai's now in the pits.
He is, yeah. There's Mike Frost leaving his pit box. That was Pavel Glanovsky taking the lead of the race. With Richard Alsop, who really is the race leader, I think. Is he?
He is.
Yep. In second currently, but with Pavel yet to make a stop. Send Cullen in third. Stefan Deck in fourth for Herzog Motorsport. And Demis Tigchalar for Team Down Under in fifth place. Then we get to the pit stoppers, which is Jarek Sebula in sixth currently. But cars to pit in front of him apart from Richard Alsop, obviously, who's already been in. And then Tyler Newitt in seventh, so I suppose he's technically third. And then Tony Kloosterman with a whole car now, 100% of car, but he got moved out of the way before.
Oh,
Oh, hang on.
who was that?
I don't know who that was.
Was that Nikolai?
It could be. Worth a replay if you've got one. No, he's
Out
coming
of
out of
pit
pit.
lane.
Right. Oh no, this will be it. When of course, yeah.
On side. Thank you.
Grass on the right, spear to the left.
Maybe, although he looks like he's on tarmac. The white lines don't do anything in iRacing, so there's nothing to do with that. He's just turned in on
Yeah.
Bob. Well, actually, Bob's thought that the door was open, still gone for what was always going to close, and they've come together.
Well,
I think
to be
that's
honest,
just...
it looked open.
It really did till the very last second. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. I would have probably gone for it, but then I'm stupid. So, not saying Bob is. It's just it looked wide open till the very last second. So I think he's thought, all right, then I'll go for that. And it's not been there when he's got there.
Stefan Deck just jumps to the pits. What have I got here with Alistair Walker?
Johnny Walker, what are you doing? Last corner. It's a devilish corner. Oi!
Good
He's
save.
caught it. Yeah, good effort. Nice one.
And what's Mr. Hoffman done?
Oh, that's fast. Oh, that's too fast.
Whoa!
Wow, that was erratic. He's done, yeah, quite a lot of damage. Oh, is he gone?
Yeah.
He's gone. Was that a rage quit? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Canadian Crispy Bacon's name is Greg. Does that give us any clues or not?
No.
No, it doesn't, does it?
So is it Greg Crispy Bacon? Who in the right name would give their son the middle name of Crispy? So back to the Wilson battle.
I don't think Jamie's going to be too appreciative of that. That was inappropriate touching, I think. Tell you what, Jamie Wilson's done well for himself tonight, hasn't he? He's been in a very high up position in both races so far. Not lost a position in this one at all. He's started 8th, is still in 8th, and he's holding station really well.
Yeah, I don't know why you find that surprising, if I'm honest.
Well, because of all the antics that's going on. I mean, he's got car 11 behind him. Kenzie, who's been in all sorts of tussles, is in front of him. So he's almost in a little bubble of no incidents, as it were, until car 11 got into his left rear quarter panel. It's just nice watching the racing like this, isn't it? If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Somebody's getting out of the way there. They're just interested in this because I think it was Mr. Onion that moved Tony out of the way.
I am also convinced of the same. I
now
concur.
Tony is behind Mr. Onion.
Yeah. Do you think? He's let him go. He's let him go.
The position. Good man. Good
Many
man.
laps later, but fair enough. He's let him go.
Yeah. Yeah. That I like to see.
Yeah, it's good. It's sportsmanship. It's what this Racetech V8ESC League has been about since the very start. We're now in season 10, so it's not a new sprouting league. This is well established now, and it's built on the foundation of sportsmanship, isn't it, Clyde?
It is, yeah, because we've got stewards that have sticks with nails in the end. So Pavel Glanovsky finally pits.
Oh, yeah.
That
was out of second, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so he's going to drop quite a long way.
That just leaves Send Cullen and Demis Tigula.
Right. Mary's still... Cara Levin's still looking for a way around Jamie.
At least they've got rid of that other broadcaster off their car and put a decent one on the back.
Absolutely. Now, I'll tell you what, it never ceases to amuse me how big the spoilers are on these two cars. They are massive.
From this angle, it's like an aeroplane, isn't it?
Yeah. That's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's so massive.
It's like a rear
bizarre.
spoiler with 4 wheels on it.
Yeah. Oh, that was Tony. That's Tony. Oh, no. That's blue on blue almost. Yeah.
And do you know what happened there?
No.
Guess what part of Tony's car Chris Jackson has got?
Has he got a second spoiler?
Indeed.
He's not gonna have any room in the car for the number of spoilers that say Tony Kloosterman on.
Let's see if we can see what happened there.
Oh dear. Deary me.
No worries, I don't think.
Well, is that Tony doing an excursion?
It
is.
Yes.
And that was netcode with the other car, and then he's got driven into the back of.
So let's see.
That was
what
Kenzie,
happened to
sorry.
Tony.
Yeah. So Tony goes into Momo here. Is this Momo? Yes, this is Momo. Chasing Kenzie.
Oh.
No, that's not Kenzie. Oh dear, what's that? This is netcode. There's at least 2 feet between those. And then Chris has no other option really, does he, than to smash into the back of Tony. Can we see that again? But from chopper cam or something.
That is chopper.
Or was that chopper cam? Or rear chase? I don't know why Tony spears off so erratically.
Well, I think he catches the curve.
Oh, he's out of control, yeah. It didn't look like that from the other angle. He rejoins, and then there's about 3 feet between him and that car. That's not a contact. That's a netcode. He pulls over to see if he's going to get to give the place back, and he obviously is not. But so Tony assumes the car makeup of the first half of the race by handing his rear spoiler back to Chris Jackson.
Okay, so Chris Jackson has now got 3 rear spoilers.
Yeah, which
is why he can't get past Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, he's got too much downforce. Just to answer the Road to Max 125. Is that drag reduction strategy? Yes. It's Chris Jackson's downforce strategy so that he can go around a corner at 1,000 miles an hour and not have any tyre slip whatsoever. He's got 3 spoilers on the car.
Good pass there from Pavel.
Yeah, that was good.
Now he's going to have a go at Mike Frost. Demis Tigula finally pits.
Mike Frost's car looks suspiciously too good.
Yeah. Looks like fast repair good, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. So we are 43 minutes nearly into this race. Oh, no, we're not. 42 minutes nearly into this race. Stop laughing
I'd
at
love to
me.
know where you get your info from.
I'm reading off iRacing, but I keep forgetting that it starts ticking, doesn't it, when they're on the grid?
Yeah.
So I always get it wrong. No, of course I don't. No, why would I do that?
Thank you.
This is the closest battle on track at the moment.
It's a bit like an endurance race, this one, isn't it? They
Yeah.
split up. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Mike
Whoa!
tried to...
I want to say, without any pun intended, that was an Alabama slammer. Which state does he live in?
I don't know. Kansas? I don't
No,
know.
that's Tyler. Yeah, that was a bit weird. He got a bit out of control. Who was it that went underneath him? Pavel?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pavel took the opportunity and then he kind of re-gripped up, I guess, and then there was door-to-door. And he's gone. He's gone from the session. Mike Frost has left. That's a shame.
Rage quit.
Yep. I think if he was still in the team, he'd have had to give up a fiver, wouldn't he?
Bob's looking rather battered.
He was looking bad before. Why hasn't he got that repaired in the pit
I
stop?
don't know.
Our most forward mover at the moment, by the way, is Nikolai Bogatyrov. There he is. He's up 12 places, and he's doing brilliantly for Don't Bug Me Racing. Next one back is Ben Cullen, who is up 7 places for BSTV Esports Yellow. Is that him right behind? No, that's Sam. That's Sam.
Okay, so let's bring in for you, Pete, Stephen Phillips.
Stephen Phillips, why are you not racing?
Well, I had a penalty entering the pit to grab a fast repair, and figured, I was just going to get in the way of everyone else that was out there, and yeah,
Fair enough.
Sporting thing to do is to not clutter up anyone else's race.
Yeah. So at the start of, was it this race, you ended up bailing out at Shell Corner and taking to the grass, or was that the first race? I can't remember now.
Yeah, that was this race. That would have been lap 2.
That was this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, you went out to the grass and the sand, and then came back on track to avoid anything worse, I guess, which is the right tactic to take. But then it went worse for you, did it?
Yeah. I after the pit stop, I was behind. Who was it? Woodhouse. And
Yeah,
one
Bob
thing
Woodhouse. Yeah.
you should never do is follow a car without a trunk. And
Yeah.
coming up to the last corner, I when you crest the hill through that quick right left over the crest of the hill, I followed him and just got sent over the curb, and that was it.
Yeah, it's the first clue is the fact that they've not got a whole car, which means that they're going to be disadvantaged in one of a number of ways. So yeah, have you enjoyed Oran Park though? You've been here many times before, no doubt, in the V8s.
I had a lot more fun today than I would have expected. I had a shocking start to practice, and then kind of switched setups, and things started to click a little bit, and was just having fun in the first race, just turning laps and saving tires. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that in the second race, but Yeah, tire saving around here is key.
Yeah, it really is. I was saying earlier on in the race that you go from no grip because they're cold to no grip because you've cooked them in one pedal press.
Right.
And it really is that case, isn't it, round Oran Park?
Yeah, it can be, and this is one that you really have to watch out for because there's a lot of crests and undulations and big braking zones. It's a really challenging track.
Yeah, and the last turn of the track is my nemesis. I can crash on all sides of that corner, either into the wall or off into the field on the left-hand side. I don't know whether you've encountered either of those. I guess you will have done because it's fairly routine to do that. But hopefully you'll be back for the next race, even if this one has bitten back, as it were.
Yeah, I'll be here for Spa, and then I'm gonna have to miss Donington, which is a bit unfortunate because I really enjoy that track. But yeah, looking forward to Spa and doing a bit of a better job hanging on for a longer race.
Any tracks that you can do is great. Donny's a fantastic track. It's probably equidistant from both mine and Clyde's houses, quite literally, and we both know it very well. I've driven it. I don't know whether Clyde has. I don't really care if he has or hasn't. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go? Obviously, your two dash hounds.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick apology to Michael Frost. I tagged him on my way back through the field and turned him around. I do apologize for that.
No, that's cool. In that case, Stephen Phillips, we wish you well and we'll see you next time out.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks. Cool. Lovely bloke. Always happy to speak to Stephen. He used to be my teammate when we were in Phantom.
Yeah, we just watched Pavel.
Yeah, we did. I didn't know we were getting to that quite quickly.
And whilst you was interviewing Stephen there, we had Tyler Newitt up on the screen with his insect, and interesting to see. Oh, well, I'm going to put this up now because I know that he listens.
Right.
But not many.
He touches the flashy light button. I'll kill him.
Smiles from Tyler tonight. More grimaces.
Oh, right.
Or wind. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, someone will wind him up in a minute. Get those burps out.
He's under a lot of pressure from Mary Jackson.
Yep. But he has been for a while. From what I know of Tyler, racing in the TCR GT4 series, he's not that bothered about cars behind him. He really isn't. He just gets on with it.
Yeah.
Although this might be race defining right here. Oh no! Oh yes.
See then on his inset how he was fighting the steering wheel.
Yep.
Okay, he's still being a miserable git, so let's get rid of him. What have we got here? So we got Ben Cullen chasing down Bob Woodhouse. I think that might be Miro Hrazky in the background, but he's a lap down.
Bob's car looks like when I try and do Lego. There's always some bits that I've not got.
Yeah, you know when you take the mickey out of the Ford GT and,
Yeah.
and you say, you know, when they got to the back they ran out of ideas, so they just threw it together. Well, this is like they've listened to you and they've got to the back and gone, do you know what, I ain't doing anything because Bingham will take the piss out of us. Just leave it as it is.
That's class. That is funny. Canadian Crispy Bacon, or what was his name?
Greg.
He says post-race interviews will be interesting. They really will this week. It's going to be class. Just reserve the next 7 hours for the interviews, folks. Or do what Clyde did the last time I got interviewed, which is just... What did you do, Clyde?
Flushed.
That was funny because I was in the middle of saying, I can clearly see that Clyde wants to finish the broadcast. You just binned me straight away as class.
Hi, Clyde.
Funny. I've just looked around and the whole world's gone dark on me.
Let's have some curb cab.
Yeah, we're not had enough of this. Where's the cars? Oh, there. Whoa. That can't have been Tyler, he was going too fast. There's Jamie. It's a good camera position, that. Is that Sam's choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I like the way you can hear the cars coming, but you can't see them.
Yeah. I often get that in races.
Okay, let's get some eyes on our leader, shall we?
It's only fair, isn't it? So this is Richard Allsop. You've not seen him for a while, but he's leading this race by a massive 18.7 seconds, which kind of puts two fingers up to the Mary Jackson domination of last week. Was it? No, it wasn't. It was a week before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't throw it away now.
Jesus.
That's just commentators utter cursing. And only his skill managed to, like...
Yeah, so let's
counteract.
leave Richard alone, shall we?
Yeah.
He was a
let's
lot
look at
better when
somebody
he
else.
wasn't on camera.
Yeah, so this is about to crash, probably Jarek Sabula in second place. He's probably just trying to now preserve his second place because behind him, 5.5 seconds back down the road and closing reasonably quickly, by the way, is Chris Jackson.
He's not going to take a second a lap out of him, though, is he?
I doubt it because we are at 54. I'm going to watch the right one this time. 54 minutes already done of this race. And then behind Chris by 5 seconds again is Tyler, who we were on the inset picture with recently. His car looks immaculate, which is unlike most of the other cars in the race. And then fifth is Jamie Wilson, who's had he's been bumped, he's been bashed, he's been pushed aside, and he's still in fifth, which is a massively good result. And testament to the fact that he's a massively skilled driver. Sixth is Kenzie Niehoff for Team Down Under, who again is in a remarkably clean car. Speaking of cars, seventh is Greg of the car variety for Never Quit Racing B Team, which is Tony Kloosterman's teammate. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Sorry. There's three of them in that team, isn't there? So eighth is this man, Tony Kloosterman. He really doesn't like racing with a rear wing, so he's handed that over to Chris Jackson on 2 occasions tonight already because it just weighs him down and doesn't need it. Behind him, a good 5 seconds back, is Adam Wright, who's got scuffs and scrapes and bashes all over that car at the minute, but is doing a fantastic job of staying in the top 10. Also in the top 10, also for BSTB Esports, but in a yellow flavour, is Sam Boozan, and that is rounding out of your top 10.
Yeah, Sam's just been lapped.
Yeah.
Even into Bobby Schmurder on the chat, says go Kenzie.
And this is Sen Cullen, who's closing in on the back of Bob Woodhouse's buggy.
Headlights are starting to show on the track, but we haven't got enough time to go full dark, which is a shame.
Yeah, that would have been funny, especially for Ivan.
Ben's got about 3 laps to get this done.
Yes, he has, and he's closed in quite quickly. Bob's not got a rear wing that we can see, at least, so his downforce at the rear is going to be questionable. But his straight line speed is going to be brilliant. Up and over Dunlop Bridge. Into, I can never remember this, the dip. Ugh, every time. Foster's, thank you. Then Momo. That one. And then off to Dogleg.
I just
Better
had
line from
beer
Ben.
going through my head then. I was going through lots of beers trying to remember what the name of that corner was.
Yeah.
Carlsberg dip is just not the same, is it?
No. Whoa, a bit of a slide from Ben. That's not going to help his cause. That Stefan Deck is a million light years behind, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's a lapped car behind these guys, so don't be worried about that, folks.
Yeah, that is Miro Hradzki.
All right. Yeah, laps down, or 1 lap down at least. Oh, that's a good corner from Senkullen. Gets him back on terms. Where's he going to do the move, though? It's difficult, isn't it, round here?
Yeah, again, it's one of those tracks where you're trying to set it up 3 corners in advance, aren't you?
Yep. Yeah.
All you're trying to do is pressure that car in front to make a mistake, run a little bit wide, and then get your nose in.
Yeah, you'd probably show your nose in a place that looks convincing but isn't, and then make them get offline. A bit like that, really, where he's done that there. He's not going to get an opportunity to get in the slipstream because you don't really get any around here because the straights aren't long enough. Although Bob does try and break the toe there, which is adequately done. Under braking, sand's not near enough. He's done remarkably well, though, hasn't he? He's 8 places up. He is our most forward-moving individual. After Nikolai's bombed out.
I am going to switch the camera to the leader because I want to see whether we get another lap in or not.
Are you suggesting we might be on the last lap?
We could be. It's going to be tight.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
I think we're going to make another lap.
Okay. Who's he coming up on the back of? Adam Wright. He is, isn't he? Yeah, he's coming up on the back of Adam Wright. He's flashing lights, or someone is. Oh, it's pit lane, sorry. Who's that in pit lane?
That's
a never quit racing car, is it? Oh, why is he in the pits? So we are racing still, so this now is the last lap.
We just need to do this as we're coming up to the last lap.
Sam Boozan. What's Sam done? Oh, that's crossed over. His wheels are facing the wrong way. He's corrected it. We're slow-moing, but it's not going to be slow-mo enough for Sam. That is a corner-cutting moment. A bit like career-defining, only less impactful. And back to the racing. And we're right near the end of the lap already, because a lap is like 3 seconds long round Oran Park. And Richard Allsop will take all the honours at Oran Park in Season 10's feature race. Round 4 goes to Richard Allsop. Jarek Sebula is going to be next in line as long as he doesn't bin it before the start-finish. Here he comes. Last corner. Tuck it in, don't bin it. Get on the gas. Bit wiggly, never mind. It's the end of the race, who cares? Chris Jackson will finish 3rd. And Tyler, there's Tyler. He's going to be in a fantastic 4th place. Well done to Tyler. Superb. Jamie Wilson in an equally superb 5th, and Kenzie right behind him, I think.
It's a good chase.
Yep.
Congrats, Richard. Well done, Richard.
Well, Clyde, some fantastic battles going on in there. Some very strange crashes and incidents.
Yeah,
Everybody else is filing across the line, but it doesn't take long to finish the race at Oran Park because there's not much of a lap.
What happened here
Whoa!
to Ben?
He tried his luck, is what
that
that is. Oh, no!
And then got on the loud pedal.
He did. Now, that's unfortunate, it has to be said.
Yeah, and Tony?
Did he drop positions? No, he didn't.
Did Tony do?
I think Tony was low on fuel.
I think he was just getting out of the way there. And
Yeah.
what's this with Tyler? This might be after the start-finish line, or it might not be.
I think it was. He's off the gas massively.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just flashing his lights, which is a bannable thing to do anyway. Right. So, that was brilliant. Oran Park's delivered again for me because right from the flag to the flag, that was brilliant, entertaining racing. Some crashes, fair enough. Some really clean overtakes. Not many, purely because I don't think it's possible to do that many. And I'm going to wait for SDK to stop doing whatever it's doing right now.
Interesting, Nikolai said, why couldn't my PC have lasted 10 more minutes?
Yes, he got a
Almost
massive
Adam.
disconnect.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a massive shame. And I don't know what to say to console him because I've had IT issues like that, and it's just what can you say? We've had some fantastic battles all the way through the field. I don't know. I think the most stable and steady drivers tonight have been Tyler Newitt and Jamie Wilson, because Chris Jackson and the NQA boys have got into one another throughout the race. Jarek Sebula's done well though, hasn't he? Yeah. So Jarek, Tyler, and Jamie, probably the most stable and steady drivers. What are your thoughts, Clyde?
Yeah, I think you would have to say it's game on for Chris Jackson again, a first and a third. So almost taken away maximum points again. But Richard Alsop proving that he can be beaten.
Yes, and taking away maximum points in the feature race, which is a clear message to the NQR leadership, isn't it? It says, I'm more than capable, so bring it on.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
So, let's start our round of interviews. We will start it with none other, if I can do all this business, than our own Tyler Newitt from the BSTV Esports Green Camp. Tyler, good evening.
Hello.
Fourth place in the feature race. I won't pretend to be able to guess where you finished at the end of the first race because I haven't got a record of it. Do you remember?
It was sixth.
Sixth. A great result in race 2 and a really good result in race 1. We saw a lot of cars getting a lot of damage and falling down the pack, either from their own incidents or getting influenced off the racing line. That's how I'm terming it these days. You had a remarkably good, stable, steady, reliable races, didn't you?
Yeah. It's tough to be too disappointed when I'm hitting my goals and having clean races. It was kind of, I struggled a little bit with it last season, so I'm two mostly incident-free weekends in a row is quite nice. I kind of set a personal target of top 10s to try and make a reverse, and top fives if I got lucky. So that's what I did.
Yeah, a good
It's a
hole of
little-
points though, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's a little tough to kind of sniff a podium and lose it close to the end, but I wasn't going to hold off Chris Jackson for 14 laps. I tried, but it wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, it was all right. I wish the only thing I would change is I wish I had stuck to my original strategy, which was to pit the lap after the first car I was battling with pit, because I knew the undercut was going to be strong. And Tony came in, and I came around, and I should have come into pit, but I decided that I wanted to see how Tony did, and then I watched him pull back the 3.5 second gap that I had on him on that lap, and came in and came out behind Tony. And then because I was behind Tony, I ended up behind Yaroslav as well when he came out of the pits. I don't know that the result would have been different, but would have liked to have been defending from those two than trying to chase those two. Obviously, Tony had his own incidents and got some help from Yaroslav on one of them, but it was it was pretty much running to the program today, which is nothing to complain about.
No, not at all. And Adam finished 8th in the second race. I think he was 11th in the first race. I'm not sure, which is a good result for Adam as well, and good points for the team, right?
Yeah, I think all the BSTV guys mostly kept out of trouble in race 2. I think Ben had an off in race 1, and Sam had a little run-in with somebody, I think. But it was a good haul of points. Adam was grumbly going into the race today, but he certainly, I think, turned it around from last week and can be happy with that result. So it was a good day for the team. After having a heart attack on the first lap because I saw my race ending about 5 different ways before turn 2.
Yeah.
It all kind of stabilized, and it was a good fun race.
Yeah, totally. And in race 1, you were sharing the track a lot of the time with Jamie Wilson, who's going to be probably our second interview tonight. I said just before I brought you into the booth that you and he and Yarrick probably had the most stable, steady races of everybody in the field, because the NQR boys had a bit of panel exchanging going on. Exciting racing from your competitors as well.
Yeah, no disrespect to Jamie, because we all know he's quick, but I was pretty well clear of him for the entirety of race 1. It was almost, you hate to say it because it's never boring driving a V8 around Oran Park, but it was from about lap 4 or 5 on, it was at least 2 seconds ahead and at least 2 seconds behind, and I just kind of ran my own race. I think Jamie was more worried about Kenzie than he was with me. So
probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Given I think my other target for the season is to beat Jamie in the standings. So today was a good day for that.
Yep, absolutely. That's one career goal ticked off for this week at least. And anybody you'd like to thank before we let you disappear off back to your normal life? Don't know where I was going with that, by the way. That's why it was so weird. Yeah.
Thanks to you guys, it sounded like Clyde did, a little bit better job replacing Sam this time. So
yeah, I call it slightly above average. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take it. So no, thanks to you guys. Thanks to BSTV Sports, Ben and Adam and Sam in the chat. Was good fun, and thanks to Racetech for continuing to sponsor the league, which we really appreciate because it's a blast to race.
Amen to that. Thank you very much, Tyler Newitt.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Oh right, the queue has got bigger. Right, it seems only fair that I bring in. Who shall I bring in? I'll bring in Mary Jackson. How you doing?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you guys doing?
You've got a deeper voice than I expected. So, race 1, you disappeared off into the sunset. Race 2, you weren't allowed to so much, but in both races, you reached out and stole Tony Klusterman's rear wing. Is that right?
In the feature, lap
Oh,
one.
you did it twice in one race, didn't you? That's right.
First, my bad. I wasn't expecting that to be that slow, and just caught me out, so I hit him from behind. I thought I got hit from behind, but I didn't. And then the
Right.
second time, he just I think he had contact with Kenzie, and he parked it on the apex, and I was already committed in the braking zone. That there was nowhere it was going, so
Yeah.
couldn't get out of the way. But yeah,
From-
I on the back of him twice.
From what I could see, it was about a 2-foot net code between him and Kenzie. But yes, you didn't have anywhere else to be going at that point. It was preordained that you would make contact with your teammate. So, Oran Park, obviously a favourite of yours, especially in V8s because it's so synonymous with this car. How did you get on in terms of practice and qualifying, etc.? Because your race pace was clearly there. You put a lot of pressure on Tyler in the second race and eventually broke through that one and got yourself ahead. Oran Park, favourite track?
Up there, I love it. It's for lapping. It is one of my favorite tracks. It teaches you, what to do and what not to do in a V8 around a track. So it's really good practice. It's very tricky, technical, but it's so hard to pass. There's aero wash. The car loses grip once you get behind another car. And Adam, Jamie, and Tyler did a phenomenal job defending. There really wasn't anything I could do. I just had to keep poking my nose here and there and hoping that they would make a mistake. So awesome defense. It was a lot of fun. Wish I could have been a bit further up to give Richard a go in the second one, but all things considered, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, Richard did a fantastic job. He's in the chat saying thanks for the broadcast. Shame we couldn't speak to him after he took the checker flag in race 2. But yes, you almost dominated the second week of V8ESC, sponsored by Racetech. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go again, Chris? I know you do a lot for the series and helping people along, and a lot for NQR in terms of setups and practice racing and things. So, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yes, definitely. Want to wish my wife a belated happy birthday. Hi, Logan. Hi, Ella. Our team, such a great group. Simability, our sponsor. Racetech for sponsoring the league, and everyone who is turning up for the races. They're awesome races, so congrats to everyone. Keep putting in the time and the practice. Pace comes, and you guys for the awesome broadcast. Thanks a lot, guys.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Mary Jackson.
Cheers, guys.
He's never going to get away from that, is he? Right, next up. Do you want to take Yarrick?
I most certainly can.
Awesome stuff. Here comes Yarrick Sabula, Mr. Onion, for you, Clyde.
Mr.
Nice.
Onion, welcome to the booth.
Hello, how you doing?
How the devil are you? So, you're back in the V8, mate. Where did you come in race 1?
So it's P5, I think it was.
Okay, so good result in P1, race 1. Even better result in race 2. Now, a lot of drivers on the chat are saying how sweaty they are after this race. Was it really that tough?
Yeah, it was extremely tough because the nature of this track, very difficult to overtake, very difficult even to overtake the blue flag guys, and very tricky. I had a big moment after Richard also overtake me. I missed the braking point for the T1, and I was really struggling there to get the car stopped, but finally I did it. But generally I'm very happy because it's my first podium in the series actually, so good day for me.
Congratulations on that. Now, one thing we did see, we didn't actually see. We think it was your fault. We see you turn Tony Klusterman.
Yeah, no, it was.
And we was both, I know me and Pete were both thinking, oh, stewards are going to have a look at that. But, later on in the race, once Tony caught you up again, you redressed the position. Great sportsmanship.
Yeah, it was totally my fault. Unfortunately, I usually brake a little bit later for that spot. Probably this is why I am so slow at this part of the circuit, actually. So yeah, it was 100% my fault. I didn't expect Tony to brake. Not maybe not that early, but he braked harder than I expected, and I was very close to him. So yeah, I knew that this is my fault 100%. So yeah, I decided to get the position back once Tony caught me.
Well, that's always good to see, mate. And like I say, good to see you back in the series. Let's
Thanks.
hope that your work schedule allows you to do many, many more races. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Actually, to you guys, because I know that it was not easy previous season in terms of participation. So you all made a great effort to make another season, and looks like the participations is really high. So hopefully we will keep going that way. So yeah, big shout out to you guys.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your first podium finish, Jarek Sebula.
Thank you.
Oh, you flushed him. I was in the middle of doing the same thing.
Sorry. I thought I spoke to him, so I get to flush him.
Yeah, but you got there before I did. I really like Jarek. I think he's a fantastic bloke. And he's brought Pavel with him, so happy days. So next in the booth is Jamie Wilson. Good evening.
Evening. Hello.
Happy days. You have had probably, you're not going to believe this probably, but you've had one of the cleanest races of all the drivers in both races. I don't know how you managed to stay clean so long, but you did. So hats off to you. Fifth in the second race. Where did you start? Where did you finish in the first one? Were you fourth or something?
Seventh or eighth.
Seventh.
I can't remember now.
We'll go with seventh. It sounds better.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. What a fantastic race. Ivan Batman's, even though he doesn't understand the Mr. Onion thing, says, my God, what an awesome race. It really was. There was so much racing going on and so hard to overtake. You had Chris Jackson behind you for quite a while?
Yeah.
And you managed to fend him off for ages. And in the first race, you were tangling with Tyler and Kenzie for ages. And such professional, clean racing. It was unreal. So, I mean, respect to you. Exactly the same as when I race against you or near you. On the same track as you in the TCR. Brilliant racing. Tell us about your races.
It's just a massive amount of concentration required in that. It was, I mean, as I think you've said, like a lot of people are saying, you know, they're very sweaty or whatever. It's exhausting physically and mentally driving around here with those sort of people around you. And yeah, like the first race, I just ended up with Newhoff behind me and just constant, massive pressure the whole time. And the margin of error around this track, in this particular combination of car and track, you have to be so much more on the knife edge of grip, because like turn 1, turn 2 is the best example, and that's what undid me in the end both times. The you're braking in there, you're kind of sideways on the way in to start with, and if you go in there and at a certain point in the middle of that corner you're at 49% brake pressure or something, that's fine. If you're at 49.3, then now you're going off. So. But you can't back out of it because you've got someone basically,
pushing you around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what do you do? So, it was unfortunate in the end that both times I just had a little bit of a lock up on the way into turn 1, and I just ran out of road to kind of scoop it up. But it's one of those things. At the end of the day, I didn't lose that much out of it, so not too bad. But yeah, no, really, really, really good fun.
Yeah, it seemed like it would have been a very exciting race from your position. We were on board with you a few times. We saw you fending off more approaching cars than you were approaching, but that's part of racing at the pointy end of the field, I guess. And yeah, I don't know how you put up with the pressure of it, to be honest. I've driven these cars before, badly, and nowhere near where you are in the field, but a fantastic performance, really good. Spa next time out, you must have driven these cars around there. I'm pretty sure we did this every season.
Favourite track.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts about Spa? Is that something that excites you, or is it as boring as it is for Tony?
Well, at least you get a bloody rest, unlike this place.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Is that endurance or is it a sprint feature?
Endurance. Enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll get a rest when you're in the pits doing your stop and go.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the sprint feature around here, I mean, I know super sprints are a thing of the past now. This would have been perfect for a super sprint, because at least I mean, halfway through that race, I realised I haven't, breathed in about 3 laps. I should probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spa, it's just sort of... For a car like this, it's just kind of generic track, isn't it? Which is fair enough. I don't hate the place. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Be ironic, wouldn't it, if that's the race that Tony manages to get through the first lap without an incident, and then
it'd be more than ironic. There's so many superlatives you could put in front of that.
I think you're looking for.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We're trying to test here the statute of limitations on commentator's curse, aren't we?
Yeah. I binned one, Clyde binned one. We're even for one each tonight on cursing races through commentary. But no, fantastic racing. Anybody you'd like to thank? Team Chimera got lots and lots of footage tonight, so their sponsors will be very, very proud of you. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, I'll start with the sponsors. The list starts here. And there we go. And yeah, thanks to you guys as usual. Thanks in particular to both Tony and Tyler, because they both shared setups this week. I mean, Tony always does that, and he should be thanked for that anyway.
Tony also shared his rear wing with Chris Jackson 3 times.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, so there's a collection there somewhere. And yeah, obviously Tyler posted one as well. I was on Tyler's set, which was all the more disappointing because I didn't manage to beat him on his own set. But no, he had the legs on me tonight. But yeah. So thanks to those two in particular. Obviously, the rest of the field, I feel a bit out of place being up with the likes of Jackson and Kloosterman and that lot, because they are on another level. But they didn't bully their way past or anything like that. They're super respectful as a sign of really good quality drivers. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to deal with Zolder tomorrow, but my shoulders are just destroyed right now. But yeah, looking forward somehow to that.
Brilliant. And thank you very much for an entertaining race tonight. Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, guys.
So, awesome race. I can only hope that Spa is 90% as good as this, because that was 110% entertaining.
Yeah, I think, obviously Spa is going to be the exact opposite of this. As Jamie says there, it's a long track. There's places where you can relax. It's an endurance race, so just one race. But as we know, the off tracks around Spa can be horrendous. So don't be surprised if we get lots of mistakes from us where we think people are pitting and they're not. They're coming in for a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, totally. It's not the easiest thing to do to figure all that stuff out. So where are we next? We've been to Oran Park for V8ESC. We will next be tomorrow at Zandvoort. Is that right?
No, we're at Zolder. We changed it.
Do you know what? I am literally looking at the spreadsheet, and you've just changed the name of the track.
I have.
like as I was watching.
Yes.
We are at Zolder tomorrow. I thought that sounded funny. For VRA GTCC on Monday, bank holiday if you're in the UK. We are at Suzuka for Next Level Esports GT3 race. And on Wednesday of this coming week, we are at Long Beach watching me crash numerous times, repeatedly, probably into the same corner or fountain. I was reasonably good in the practice. I will be terrible in the race as ever. And yes, we have a lot of exciting stuff going on. Tonight has been a fantastic, entertaining race for V8s yet again. The field has been fantastic. Hopefully it grows further because that's a bigger race than we had last time. Your views, Clyde?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the racing tonight. It's not an easy track. We've seen, we've seen two fantastic wins. We've seen sportsmanship. We've seen great saves. We've seen Tony Kloosterman driving with half a car for most of the race. So yeah, from me, big thanks to all the drivers for turning up, making the series what it is. As Yarrick pointed out, we ummed and ahed on, whether to do another season or not because of the dwindling participation. But the drivers have stepped up, signed up, and they're putting some fantastic races together. So roll on Spa.
Yeah, they certainly are, and it's been a fantastic reaction from the community. It'll always be a great race to come to. Oran Park with V8s, it's just brilliant. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to say goodnight now. I'm going to let Clyde also say goodnight, and that's 100% of you tonight's commentators and contributors. So thanks to all the racers, and good night.
Yeah, thanks to Racetech for sponsoring the league. Thanks to the drivers, thanks to everybody that joined in on the chat. Make sure you drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on Facebook so you don't miss any of the action. I'm going to say good night to everybody because now I've got to try and work out which buttons to press to end the broadcast. So good night everybody, and hopefully we'll catch you all again tomorrow. Good night.
This broadcast may never end because he may never find that magical button.